And we're back. So we touched on Valentine's Day, we touched on dating and relationships, maybe even engagement, marriage, and we're gonna go farther with it, a lot farther. We're gonna go deep, we're gonna explore, we're gonna reveal. You're gonna have a revelation, hopefully.
I'm going all the way.
Let's talk about love, dating, and relationships. Let's talk about what happened, Angelica Ross, after the Valentine's Day 2015 singles issue? Just
Got
to
knocked
start,
up,
let's
girl.
just use that as a segue.
You know, I did get a couple emails, and they were mostly from people that were way older than I am. But you know, it's
You mean like 30?
yeah, exactly.
Older men are beautiful lovers, honey. I
Yeah.
swear by it.
You know what? I am attracted. I am attracted to older men too. It's just it's just that as I get older, they get older. So
Let's mess with an older man. I'm
but
telling
you know, but what I'm finding is now that I'm like putting this vibe out that I'm single, I'm getting a lot of younger guys that are coming at me. But you know, this is the dilemma that I'm having in dating right now is as a CEO, a busy woman running a company, I'm busy. And so I'm really busy with dating or whatnot. And these guys aren't offering me like dates and all this other kind of stuff, but these guys are throwing their bodies at me. They're really hot. They're really young. So it's like if I was a dude in business, I would just screw everything walking and then go to my meeting and keep it moving. So like, I'm trying to own this thing as like a feminist in dating, and that I can equally do the same thing that men do. But
Power
then I
woman,
feel like I
power
want to get
dater.
married, and then they're gonna judge me, you know.
But I think there's also something called balance, and and let me tell you, when Miles was first pursuing me, he pursued me for a year. Girl, he would text me, I'd be like, girl, I'm a professional businesswoman.
He enlisted the help of all of us.
I would say, I'm Devereaux. I don't have time. I don't have time to date. And let me tell you, once I like opened the door, it was the happiest thing that I ever did. I loved running out of the door to work, going to dinner. I love going shopping on the weekends. I love knowing that a bubble bath is waiting for me at home. Like,
You bought a robot.
no, that's Booth. No, Miles.
you got lucky with Miles. You got lucky with Miles, and you got lucky with Miles.
No, but I think when you stop looking, it comes to you.
Let me tell you something. I have been single.
Don't do it.
I have been single.
Only people
do
say
it.
that have
No, don't
someone.
do it. Don't
You're
do
shopping
it, girl.
in
Don't
the wrong
do it.
store, honey.
I have been single for 8 years. I have been not looking. I have been looking. I have been
Do
playing.
you go on dates?
I've been playing peekaboo. I have been doing every.
Oh, you hear her bedroom?
She's what the deal is that she's been my
Looking
roommate
for
the
love in
past-
all the wrong places,
No,
Angelica
well,
Ross.
yeah, I may be, because Craigslist I know ain't the right place. But let me tell you, I am starting to get some luck from you. I'm on Grindr now, child.
Yes, girl.
I
Yes.
didn't think gay
Yes,
boys
fish.
like trans girls. Is
I-
that
Now
true?
they're straight boys on Grindr now.
Oh, that's not straight, honey.
But they have tribes. But they have tribes on Grindr.
Straight in your bedroom.
No, these are straight boys.
No, there are straight guys on there that are looking for trans girls, but my surprise is that Jen tells me that I'm more so attracted to gay men, and I think
Gay men type.
gay men type, yes,
It's a certain
because
kind of
why
body
is it the
you
gay men? They look cleaner, they smell cleaner,
Yes,
they're
girl.
dressed cleaner. Like straight
But
men
and
don't do
furthermore, we
all
just
that.
have culturally more in common.
What's
Like,
that?
I think we culturally have a lot more in common with
But I
queer
mean, like
men.
I'm a
That's what I
well-dressed
found.
man with sharp shoes and just like if he's straight, he's usually a douchebag. Like he's usually
And has
this-
bad
Exactly.
hygiene.
Yeah,
Well,
or-
Zackary-
Hygiene is like number one.
Well,
But I mean,
Zackary-
I'm sitting on the train because you know I'm a brown line girl, so I'm riding the brown line, and I just noticed all these men. When I get up, you know, because the earlier, this is a tip though, I will tell you
That's her
this:
stroll.
the earlier you get up, the early bird gets the worm, honey. Yes, but you get on that train and they're dressed for work, they're dressed for the office, but the deal is that the ones that are really really nice dressed, I think they're gay, and you know what? I'm like, you know what? I can overlook that. Like,
But what gay man is going to look at you?
But we have had this discussion
A lot of gay
before.
men
There-
look at you,
we
girl.
have had
Still
this discussion
disagree.
before. There are a lot of gay men who adore and worship trans women.
I don't want them to adore me like, oh, you know, like, oh, you look fabulous, you look cute. I need them to be some action about that too.
But there's also a place where I feel like I want my fiance to treat me like a goddess. I'm the queen and he is the king. Like,
And adore me, honey. They take me to lunch all the time. They take me shopping, and I go home and I screw my husband.
no, but I think currently, like, I see like a lot of trans women who have a troop of gays around them who worship them and give them life, and I think that's.
As what
I don't
though?
need
As what, though?
that.
But
They
that's a kind of relationship I think in queerness.
They
You
like
I
know,
got
Education?
Twitter and Facebook for that.
They
I
like-
don't need that.
They
in
like to
re-
be seen with us because they think it makes them look straight.
Well, you know, there was a point that you hit on, Angelica, earlier about younger guys, right? And I think that there's a key seed
They
of
think
truth
I'm their
right there,
age
which
is what
is
it
that
is.
a younger generation might have much more fluidity than we do. I mean, we are really kind of like indoctrinated into these binary ways of thinking, whether it's male,
Are
female,
you trying
gay,
to say I'm an old
straight.
hag? I known you a long time, and you never made me out to look like that.
The
my
younger
God.
boys are a lot bolder.
There's
though,
younger. I
yeah.
mean, I see it in the clubs all the time. I see, you know, a younger guy who's sort of like
But like a guy
experimenting.
messaged me, he was 18.
That's young.
That's
She's worried about riding the rodeo, honey. We ready to move on now.
But I think that once you let go of like what you think is gonna come walking through the door and be your Prince Charming, I never thought. Listen, I never thought I would marry a trans man, and now I'm marrying a trans man, and we are king and queen. You
Let
know.
me be clear.
Right.
Let me be clear. I'm open to all male identified trans men, cisgender men.
What about the gay boys?
like
Gay
I
men
s-
are not interested in us. I
Some
do
of
not
them
understand
are.
this.
Some of them are.
But
I've-
I'm not
I've
willing to
actually-
play the role that maybe some of them want me to play.
I've
is-
always had
is
luck
the
with gay
situ-
men.
Yes.
She has
girl.
always
Always.
dated gay men. I don't know how she's done it. They never wanted nothing to do with me. They must have known I was a straight woman.
It's not impossible.
I think this is a big issue, though, because we have this misconception that for a man to be sexually attracted to a trans woman makes them gay, and I think that's really problematic. I'd say 95% of the men I've been with have been completely straight.
Me
They've
too.
only dated cis women and some trans women. There's nothing homosexual about it at all.
But how come someone can't stay in the identity that they identify as? Like, Miles identifies as a cis man, and I identify as a queer woman. And I think that when you come and you find love with someone, you can find common ground.
God bless you is what I'm saying.
It's all complicated. Can't
God
people
bless
just screw
you.
and get on with it?
Well, homophobia is ultimately under, I think, a lot of the violence against trans
Exactly.
women. Is it sort of
So true.
But
Th-
you
this
know
is-
what? I
this
don't know if it's
pandemic,
homophobia as much as it is misogyny. I feel like it's this when they see the woman in us, and there's something that wants there's just something that causes them around like hating the woman in us. I feel like there's this conversation that needs to happen with men is that men are treating whether you're cis or whether you're a trans woman, they're treating us the same. Like they're telling us the same stories. It's all the same. But the deal is that to society, there's this thing out there when we talk about our issues, they're like, oh, it's new. You have to understand these issues are new. When the reality is men have known where to find us for years and years
hello.
and years, honey. Yes.
Well, and let's just be really clear about what really happens, because there's the story in the public and then there's the reality that we all know. The story in the public is
We tricked them.
we tricked him. The girl picks up a guy. He doesn't know she's trans. He finds out. He freaks out. He kills her.
Murders her.
And then in 49 states, it's still a legal defense to say trans panic. A man can be justified in murdering a woman if he convinces the jury that he didn't know that he was trans. But what all our survivors know, what all we girls know, is that these men seek us out. And then they're ashamed afterwards because culture tells them that they're gay for liking us. They've internalized homophobia, and they're afraid of the judgment of their peers, and no man will speak up and talk about it with their friends. I've never had a man date me openly, not once.
Yeah.
Well, every relationship I had, I've really had to go through that whole coming out process with my male partner, you know, because I refuse to be hidden in any closet. I mean, I took out the light bulb, opened the door, and stepped across the threshold a long time ago. So, you know, I won't settle for less. And, you know, you girls could sit here and say, I can't find the right man and everything. And I know they don't come along every day, but you got to demand, and you got to, like, really just, like, say, this is what I want. And you don't look for him in the club. Don't look for him online. And you will meet a man. Like, you know, I met my husband
I have
7
tried
years ago.
every
Van and I are
Out
both
of the
wearing
middle of
diamond
nowhere.
rings, girl. There is proof in the pudding.
Y'all not gonna throw that shade over here.
I'm saying you're looking
Because
in the
let me
wrong
tell you,
places, girl.
let me tell you, this is the truth of the matter too about men. Because let me tell you what I know about men.
Nothing you could teach me, honey.
Well, I'm just saying, let's be real.
And Van is
Let's be real,
is married to a man who lives in the sticks. She lives in the backwoods of Missouri.
No, I
Married to an old
understand. I
biker,
understand.
honey.
But I'm just saying, let's be real. Men love taking pictures. Politicians, all them, they love taking pictures of their.
Privateness.
Yes, I don't know what I can say and not say, but you know, they love taking pictures of themselves, and they're so proud of themselves, their male members and all.
It's always smaller than what they say it is, too, isn't it?
You know, they're just so proud of it. But this is what I know: if a dude, think about the math. If you can get 2 penises in one room,
It's a party.
wait. If you can get 2 penises in one room and not another dude. These dudes, because they love their stuff. If I can get 2 of these in one room and not have another dude in the room, jackpot. So I'm telling you, a lot.
Very, very little risk of pregnancy.
And yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely. So a lot of these guys, I think, again, and if you look at any of these porn websites, I'm just gonna keep it real. If you're gonna look at any of these porn websites, trans and things like that, it's like with the normal
The
content.
third
I think
most
yeah.
popular. It's the
Is
third
it
most
30%
popular search.
or something?
It's huge.
A high percentage.
There is an enormous underground network that is driven by desire for trans body and its stigmatization.